What's going on, guys? I hope you are doing well. This is Shocks and this is ShocksCapital FX. I welcome you back to the channel, and if you are new to the channel, guys, I welcome you to the winning team. Welcome, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss any video on the Winners Club. So what we're going to be talking about today is something which troubles a lot of people. So we're going to be explaining how you might be predicting, how you can be predicting the market with accuracy, how you can predict the bias of the market, and how you can trade that bias. That's what we are going to talk about today. So guys, before we go any further, I have to point something out before we go deep into our video. When identifying or when predicting the market, you will need reliable charts, you will need reliable brokers, and you will need to do it on the M1 and to trade it on the M1 without any restrictions, which means you will need a broker with tight spreads, you will need a reliable broker with a flexible deposit and withdrawal methods, because you are doing these things fast. If you are doing on the M1, if you are doing on the M3, if you are trading on the M5, so you will need a reliable broker. So allow me to introduce to you this broker by the name Hankotrade. So let me check it out before we go any further. So this is Hankotrade, guys. This is a registered broker. So what we do here, or what this broker do, is they have a lot of trading products. They have Forex, they have indices, they have crypto. So what you are going to do is, this broker only accepts crypto deposits and crypto withdrawals. So your trading is going to be seamless, going to be fast, and you don't need to do your verification for you to start trading, because you are dealing with cryptocurrencies. There's no need for verification, so you are just going to trade with this broker. And as you can see, with the ECN account, you can get up to 0.0 pips spreads. So this is how good this broker is. So guys, go and check it out so that you can trade on any time frame, you can trade on your terms, you can trade what you want. So Hankotrade to you guys, this is the portal. So very easy to navigate, very easy to trade with, very fast execution, and very reliable support. So guys, do check it out. On our topic today, we're going to be explaining prediction, how to predict on any time frame, how to trade on any time frame. So we'll be starting on H1, then we go down up to M1, explaining the concept predicting the market with accuracy. So guys, first of all, let's concentrate on what is happening here. First of all, if you are a keen follower, or if you are someone who follows this channel regularly, you would know that as we stare on our chart like this, we are going to look for first, we are going to look for impulses, the direction of the impulse. That's your direction, right? So you're going to analyze from the left end of your screen to the right end of your screen. So from here, you can see that market took out this high right here with this impulse. That's number one. That's what you are seeing, and that's how you analyze. So upon seeing that, you know already analyzing market structure. So that's an impulse. So what follows after an impulse is what we call a correction. So as you can see, we have this consolidation right here. We have this consolidation right here. That seems like a pennant. That's more like a wedge, a rising triangle, something like that. Then we have another impulse as price is breaking what? The lows. Then now we are analyzing the market using market structure. So a quick takeaway I can give you is, we are looking for the direction of the impulse. Then we are going with what? We are going with the direction of the impulse. So the direction of the impulse is your direction, right? So the only way you are going to know, or the easiest way to know the direction of the market, is to follow the direction of the impulses. Don't be caught up in the corrections. So this is number 2 impulse that breaks this high. So you see, we are breaking there. An impulse has to break a high. So breaking a high, then we have another correction. So we are analyzing our market with the idea of an impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction. So you have to identify what phase you are in currently, so that you know how to go forward from that. And here we have another impulse. Then we have so this all can be a correction. Why? Because we did not take out any significant highs in this area, so we can get rid of this and consider this as a what? As a correction. After that, we have this impulse, right? So this impulse took out this what? This high. So after that, so we can be marking order blocks as we go from this left side to the right side of the screen. But now it's very important to note that the only order block we are going to use is the last OB, which is this one. So this is what is important for you to mark. So you can be having these other order blocks in your head, knowing what's going to happen or what's taking place and so forth. But this one you have to mark it because you are waiting for price to retrace back to that order block and move up. So how you identify the trend is by identifying or demystifying market structure. When you understand market structure, you understand the price. Why? Because what you are doing is you are just identifying a phase. For example, let's say we are in an impulse phase. After impulse, after impulse, correction follows. After correction, impulse follows. After that, so that's what you are doing. So you are just using that logic to identify and to master your market structure and your buyers, right? So this is H1. So if we identify our market structure like this on H1, we go down to M30, we go down to M15 until we get to our entry time frame. So we want to enter on M1 right here, or want to get to the M1. So that's why I was saying you need a reliable broker for what? For tight spreads. You need as a broker with as low as 0 spreads, because when you are entering on M1, you will need 2 pips stop loss, 3 pips stop loss. So you will need a very reliable broker. Hankotrade is your broker for that. So this is what you are doing. So now we have understood, or we have a bigger picture on the H1. So remember, we are day traders and we start on H1. If you are someone who is a swing trader, you can start on the D1, but the process is the same. So we go on M30. What do we see on M30? So by the way, this is GBP USD. So on M30, we as I said, you don't have to start where you started on H1. You can just start at the end of your screen, the left side of the screen, to the what? Going to the right. So as you can see, we have this impulse right here. We have the impulse, then we have this correction. So we are marking again. We have to identify, or we have to know what the market is doing. Then this impulse took out this high. This is what we are marking. Then we have a correction back to the what? Back to your zone of interest. As you know, we use order blocks for that. That is what we call our zone of interest. As we were saying, this is a break of a high, but we did not take out this, so all this can be classified as a correction, right? But now, for now, because we are on M30, we can classify this as a what? As an impulse. Then after that, we have our correction phase here, then an impulse. So as you can see from this chart, we have the same view as the what? As the H1. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for a correction back to the yellow zone, then we buy from the yellow zone. This is our view from the H1, and it is also our view on the what? On the M30. So let's go to M15. Until we get to M1, we want to really get what is happening in the market. So for now, we're still bullish. So H1 and M30, that's our higher time frames for now. So we are still bullish on those time frames. Let's go on M15. As I said, from the left side of your screen to your right. That's how you analyze, right? From this one, so we have a lot of lines now on our chart. So what we can do is we can just delete the objects, then restart again with a clean chart. But for now, it doesn't matter. Let's just work with what we have. Break of structure, impulse, right? Then correction. As you can see, guys, this is how we analyze. This is a correction, so it's more like a flag. Then we have an impulse that takes out this high. So what are we waiting for? We are waiting for price to drop to this area right here. So this is our order block on what? On M15. As you can see, this is the order block. So we would want price to close this void, to close this liquidity gap, so that we get to the what? to the order block, and we can buy from that order block with a tight stop loss. So as you can see on M15, our stop loss now is 6 pips. So some other brokers don't allow you a tight stop loss like that. So you will need what I've been telling you, Hankotrade, for you to enter. So this broker has been good to me. Tight spreads, tight everything. So you will like it, guys. Just register with the broker and see, and you tell me. And now we go to M5. So with M5 we have this zone again. So we are dialing down, we are going down with our analysis, so that we can get a tight stop loss, and we can maximize on our risk to reward ratio. So this is what we are doing, guys. So we are looking at this, and on the M5 we are still looking for a correction back to this area, and we are looking to buy from that area. So if we go to the M1, let's just zoom in a bit on the M1 so that we can see what we are dealing with. So on the M1 we have this area. So as you can see, guys, let's just measure how many stop loss. So we have a 4 pip stop loss, and we can even go for 50 pips. That is more than 1 in 10 risk to reward ratio. Quite insane there. So you just have to have the patience to wait. So guys, to kind of recap, what we do is, number one, you identify your market structure. How do you identify? If we are in so this is the golden rule. If we are in an uptrend, we are breaking the highs. If we are in a downtrend, we are breaking the lows. So what you do is you identify what phase you are in the market. Then you try to work with that phase to predict the next phase. If you are in an impulse phase, you are going to know that after an impulse, we are going to have a correctional phase. After a correctional phase, you're going to have an impulse phase. And you have to identify trending markets and stay away from ranging markets. So this is what you are doing, guys. This is what you are doing, and this is how you are going to identify or to predict direction on any time frame. You're going to be a beast on any time frame. So what you can do on H1, you can do on M1, you can do on D1, you can do on weekly, you can do on monthly. So it's up to you. It's up to your style of trading. What do you prefer? And if you're a scalper, you prefer the M1 and the M5, and you will kill it there. And if you are a swing trader, you will prefer the what? The higher time frames. And any type of a trader, any skill or any style you choose to follow, or you choose to identify yourself with, Hankotrade has you. So register an account and be ready to win in the market. So guys, this is what I had for you today. I hope this was very helpful to you. I thank you for watching and for staying. Trade what you see.